René Aviation CEO, FAA board alum, and high performance business coach. From the cockpit to the control tower, I've interviewed women across the industry. You're in for a treat with these mini episodes. I hope they whet your appetite for the longer versions that will drop every Tuesday going forward. Welcome to the Fly Girls Guide podcast. Hey, today we are so privileged to have Sarah Heugel, who's a dispatcher, join us on the Fly Girls Guide to Aviation Careers podcast. Sarah, what in the world does a dispatcher do?
Oh my goodness, we have so many things that we do. We plan from A to B on an entire flight, all the pre-planning, which might be the passengers, the fuel, and then we have any anticipations en route that could be weather, turbulence, reroutes, or ATC having to deal with a high load of flights coming into that destination, and we work in coordination with the captain. We have joint and equal responsibility and operational control of the flight to ensure its safety from A to B.
So you're doing a lot of the flight planning and taking that load off of the captain who's actually flying the plane. If they encounter something in the air, you're anticipating those needs ahead of time and having, plan A, B, and C ready at your fingertips to let them know what to do.
Absolutely.
I love it. So what does that mean you actually do? Do you just help with one flight at a time?
Sometimes we can have upwards of 30 to 40 flights through the whole day, which means we could have up to 10 to 12 at one time within an hour span, launching the flights, getting them airborne, and then dealing with en route issues that can arise. So thankfully, we have an immense amount of tools at our fingertips, whether we're looking at ATC pages, weather forecast pages, turbulence reporting pages, so that we can get that information to the crew as soon as we see it and have anticipations for them down the way.
Wow, it sounds like you have to be a great multitasker for that
Absolutely.
job. What other skills do you feel like are really important to have to be a great dispatcher?
I think it's so important to be proactive, have great communication skills, teamwork, and a little bit of confidence to top it off so that when you are making these decisions, you have done them with the most amount of information that you can provide for yourself to make that educated decision on what's best for this course of flight, for the safest course of action.
Well, I imagine that the educational requirements for this are probably a lot of on the job training because you can never anticipate in school all the things that you might face. But what's the actual training requirement in order to get your dispatcher's license?
Goodness. So the initial training would be you need to go to a course to get your certification. That can be a 5-week or an 8-week course. And then you take an oral practical along with a written exam. Once you've passed those with the FAA, then you are now a certified dispatcher and you can use your license to go apply for companies to work as a dispatcher. So once you get in with that company, then you go back through even more training. You do another classroom training with the department. You're then probably an assistant out on the floor. You've got to do some type of upgrade check and be checked out. And then even when you're out on the floor every single year by a competency check examiner like myself, we sit with you for a shift and ensure that you are current and qualified and proficient at your job even still every year, along with annual classroom trainings in the spring and fall. And if you have other classifications or if you have, how do I say, if you have other classifications like being a flag or an ETOPS dispatcher, you must go to training for that annually as well.
So ETOPS is when you are doing international flight dispatching, which is what you do.
Yes, so there's two different categories. There's flag and ETOPS. Flag is mostly international, closer in locations to simplify it. ETOPS is going further away. Most of the time, it's over large bodies of water.
Awesome. And then what's a quote that you love or that you live by in your job?
My favorite quote that I love is don't ever let anyone turn your sky into a ceiling.
Bam. Love it. Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Renee.
Thanks for listening. If this inspired you, subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss even more brilliance in the episodes to come.